Welcome to Everything Rodeo, where we separate champions from the rest of the crowd.
We'll take you down the trail of someone's life, a long haul tour rodeo, and our everyday adventures.
So brace yourself.
Because it's fixing to be a wild ride.
We're your hosts,
Mace Renfrey
and Cody Stanley.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Everything Rodeo podcast. We're here on location, Trent Ward Saddlery,
Kaufman, Texas. Got Milton, Aguilera, and Brody. I don't even remember your last name. So.
Ballard.
Powder?
And it's Rody.
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 Okay, we're terrible at the names in this building.
Oh, I get everything under the sun.
So, bro.
Bro. That's
Hey,
what Trent calls
your,
me, bro.
your name is not as bad as KB's.
Yeah. I thought it was Carriana,
Yeah, KB, have a
but
better
she was
name.
calling me Nance, so
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard her called Cabriana, all kinds of
yeah.
things.
And I even said it wrong just then. So. But, well, thanks for having us here. We had Milton on the podcast. I don't even know what episode that was. We were at the All-Star Team
All-Star
Roping
Finals.
Finals and got to know him a little bit, but he invited us to the freaking factory.
Well, I appreciate y'all coming a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about TWS and your story. And we didn't get to meet Rody last time, so kind of introduce him and stuff.
I came into Trent Ward Saddle. There used to be a boy that worked for Trent, and he asked me if I wanted to help him or whatever. It used to all be in that room in there where our two offices are.
Mhm.
It was all just one room, and then saddles would stack. You'd fall 2-3 times a week. It was bad. But anyways, he just, about 6 months into it, he went and did something else, and then I stuck with Trent. And then a couple years later, we ended up partnering. And then a couple years later till now, I guess, me and my wife, we ended up buying Trent out the other day. So
Awesome.
that's why we kind of been moving more to the TWS, because there's more that goes on than just Trent Ward Saddlery. But
Yeah.
that's kind of what it started, so we're going to keep it going, too. Keep the name alive for him, and he's been good to have, too, so or help us. So.
That's good.
Yeah,
Nice.
for people that don't know, like, it's not just a saddle shop. You guys got reins and bridles and
Yeah, we
and
have
all kinds of
saddle
stuff.
pads.
Yeah, we
Ropes,
have-
everything.
And not just our saddles, like we have used saddles, all kinds and stuff. We've taken a couple new of some buddies and stuff like that that carry saddles, but we try to just brand our own because we stay
Yeah.
pretty behind. So try to
So
push that.
new used and you resell them and
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It's like I think I said in the last podcast, it's like the car dealership, isn't it? It's just like any business you do when you take used inventory to get new inventory out and stuff like that. But the used has been killing it.
Nice.
It's kind
Always
of grown
does.
to where it's like a full-on. I bet there's, I don't know, 80
there's-
to 100.
Yeah, there's
used
probably
saddles
100,
in there.
150 saddles out there. That whole back wall is just full of used saddles.
At
Exactly.
least.
yeah.
And there's everywhere from saddles me and you guys would ride to we would never step a leg over. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I saw like one of them. I don't know if they're like the Australian saddles or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like looks like an English saddle, but it's got a horn.
It's got a horn
Yeah.
and they got the big swell
Yes.
that kind of roll back.
Yeah, I saw one of them sitting back there.
And I don't know.
So did
how the
somebody
horn will
trade
work,
one of
like-
them? Did somebody trade that in
Yeah,
on
yeah.
on like a Trent Ward saddle?
Yes, yeah. And actually
That's
it come
awesome.
off a buddy of mine. Out of all people, that's why that ended up here. Like, I don't think I'd get it from anybody else but a buddy. But I don't know how that horn would be stout, like to rope out of, because it don't have no
I don't think it would do anything. It just might be something
snug
to like.
bolts or
I think it's
something
just something
like
to hold on to.
Hold on to.
Yeah, it's a handle.
And if you fall off and you're holding on to it, it might not hold you.
It might come off with you.
that. The swells might be the only thing holding you.
Yeah, it doesn't have that 10-year and lifetime tree warranty like
No, that's,
Oh, no.
that's
like your
Oh,
saddles.
no.
I don't know if I want to find out.
Well, Rody, tell us a little bit about you and how you got involved.
Yeah, so, heck, I've known Milton. We actually went to school together. Middle school? Is that when you?
Yeah, I think
Anyways.
it's grading up.
He was actually him, Lightning, when they were my rodeo partner, like in junior high and high school and stuff like that. Anyways, but yeah, we went to Crandall, and we were the only two kids there that roped. So, of course.
Of course, Rody, he won 2 trucks in high school. So they're like,
Oh, really?
Rody whoops your ass.
No, yeah, everybody like, who
Hey,
ropes
shit.
better?
I was like,
You were Milton. I'm like,
I
like,
was swinging my rope backwards at the time, too. Though.
but he could get them.
But you still roped?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Anyways, so we went to school together, and so that's how I knew him. But then after high school, like I went to college, and went to Weatherford College, lived in Stephenville, did the whole deal. And then when I moved back, I actually had a dump truck business, and obviously wasn't that busy all the time, and would come over here and hang out during the day. And finally, about 2020, he was like, "Hey, we're pretty busy around here. Everyone would like work over here part time or whatever. I was like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we were trading a bunch of hay at the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
when
yeah.
we
Yeah.
We got in full-on hay business.
Oh,
A
nice.
little hay brokerage.
Oh,
It was like we were selling like 4 loads there a week, and then it kind of just died off. Some of the places that we had to
nearly got
Brody
me
had to
killed.
deliver.
Oh,
He almost
yeah.
got me killed
Brody
sometimes.
had to deliver one time to a lady, and she'd call about every 2 weeks. And this hill, like when you turn in, it's a full-on 180, and you had to turn back with a 40-foot trailer, and it's a drop. So he said like he would stop and slide like
Slide the
all
rest of the
way
way.
to gate. And it had a gate code. Like he had to do the gate code. And all
Well,
this.
and not to mention my trailer didn't have trailer brakes, so you get 20
So you're
round
just
bells
getting
on there,
pushed all the way
getting
down.
down, and I.
Throw it in park while it's sliding and run out and put the gate
Yeah,
code in, hoping it'll
Well, the first time was the time I nearly got killed because every time after that, I'd just park 100 feet up the road,
Yeah.
run down there.
run down there, do the whole deal. But yeah, the first time, man, I turned, I thought, I can make, and there's a bridge. On top of that, there's a bridge in front of the gate. Top the code in. Dude, I'm standing on the brake, gripping the steering wheel for my life, and we're just sliding. And then of all things, here comes a car coming across the
no.
bridge. I'm thinking, oh my God, hopefully they see me. And luckily I hit it just right
That's
and
the
made
best
it.
part of the whole thing, because it was always like, golly, got to go deliver there. The Mexican boy that used to unload the hay, a pallet for every roll.
Oh, every
He'd have
roll.
to put a pallet down every roll.
Oh,
Unroll them one at a time.
20 rolls, he's just sitting ready, just
Getting on and off the
rolling his
tractor,
eyes
move the
like,
pallet.
Golly, it took me 45 minutes to get in here. Now an hour and a half to unload.
Yeah.
I'm fired up. I'm ready to get out of there. So it didn't take long for like the hay deal to kind of
Yeah.
fizzle out.
Yeah.
So that wasn't bad. But anyway, so started over here in 2020, and
It's
working
crazy.
a
It's
couple
been 4 years.
4 years,
Yeah.
couple days a week turned into every day, and then
Yeah.
like I remember going to like our first show there in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and and then time flies. We look
Yeah.
up, and we're 4 years later, and
Got
yeah.
kids and everything else now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
How long has the saddle shop been in business? How long have you been selling saddles?
Trent, I've been selling saddles for 9 years. Trent, he pedaled them like they're probably, I'd say 5 to 10 years before that. I mean, anywhere roughly. Like he would probably quit for a little bit and then start again,
Yeah.
kind of deal. You know what
So
I mean?
roughly like 20 years or so.
Let's say 20 years, yeah,
Gotcha.
or so.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
kind of what it's been. But Trent didn't push it super hard, and then
Yeah.
we went to pushing it, and it kind of grew into something big. You know,
For
Yeah.
sure, for sure. Yeah, you see saddles back from even back then when he was just kind of peddling them here and there, and you're like, wow, like they've come so far.
Totally
come so
different.
far.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. And so you guys go to a lot of shows then?
Yeah.
I know
we
you
go to
that's-
probably 10 to 15 a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
We
said
try to stay pretty close to,
Yeah. Do you find that like more people are buying saddles in house or at these shows or
It goes both ways, really. It goes both ways. Like, I feel the more people that know about you, they'll buy from you here. But when they don't know about you, they can't even know about. Like, that's what the shows do good is get your name out there and be like, oh, what the heck? What
Yeah.
are they?
Yeah.
And then you sit in them and you're like, okay, I'll come back to that, or I'll ask around, and then they ask around, and then they're like, their buddy's like, oh yeah, I've been riding them for years, and then
Right.
boom, they'll come back. And
That and just like see them in person, what I mean? That's
I'm
like,
more of a person like that
Me
too.
too, because I mean I can take a picture and make something look pretty darn good, but
Yeah.
you sit in it, feel it, put it on your horse, ride it around, like oh freak
See how
yeah,
it sweats, everything else.
yeah.
right?
Because you can make a saddle, just like Rody said, look pretty good by a picture. But until you put
Actually
the good
sitting in it.
stuff and see how everything operates out of the saddle,
Yeah.
is where it's at.
Right. Yeah, and there's there's so many saddle makers.
It's
Like-
gotten crazy.
So how does that like how are you guys like trying to beat the competition?
We try to just be different. I mean, or not even different, just ourselves.
Yeah, just-
we're just different, I guess.
Just make good saddles. I mean they're pretty easy to sell when you have good stuff, and
Yeah.
the bad ones they kind of fizzle their way
Yeah.
out. But
And I'd say too, like the majority of the saddle makers, at least that I know, are older gentlemen. So it's like, what are these young guys doing?
Yeah.
Owning a So
Our deal's a little different. Like, we got 14 guys that work for us. There's the guy that builds, and he's 4.5 years out. You know what I mean? He builds probably 15 a year. That kind of deal. Our deal is like kind of rocking and rolling. We can make it. If we have the trees is what slows down and getting hides more than
Right.
anything. But as long as we got the good trees and the good hides coming in, because we order straight from Herman Oak or Thoroughbred. But
Yeah, that's,
Things
I mean,
rolling.
you're still a custom saddle shop, still handmade.
Exactly.
But you added more people to the mix, so each person has their specialty.
Yes.
And you can run more saddles through that way.
Exactly. I mean, you can look up any $8,500 to $12,000 saddle, and if that man didn't make that tree, I can get that tree because we use every well-named tree company that they make. Like on our Platinums, we only use the Bowden, Timberline, Hog, and Lewis, and that is the four best I think that money can buy. I really do. And we've used them all.
Yeah.
I mean, I use some trees there that I won't never use again. You know, just live and learn stuff. But
Yeah.
Well, that and like some people, I get it all the time on the phone. Hey, yeah, you know, I called over here to order a saddle. You know, they told me, 2-3 years out. Well, most people, like if you're calling to want a saddle, you want it yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, you want it as soon as possible. And don't get me wrong, they still want a good saddle, but just the fact that we can use the higher quality stuff and still get a saddle,
Right.
done in a relatively amount of time. Yeah, it really helps.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
What is your wait time right now?
I'd say a lot of it just depends on what they're getting, and
Yeah.
what tree it
Availability.
is. Yeah.
Like if we have the tree on, we'll tell them, hey, 4 to 7 weeks, we'll have it done.
Yeah.
But if we don't, 12 to 15 weeks.
Yeah, and it's
But
really guessing
it's
on that
guessing
point.
because
Yeah.
there's some of them guys, like some of them tree makers, they can have me a tree in 3 to 4 weeks. Some are, okay, that's going to be, like if they have a longer list of ours or something like that. Like Hog is getting pretty booked up with us now here lately. But
Nice.
It
Yeah, that's
takes
what I was
probably
just
4
gonna
months.
say. If someone's four years out and you're wanting a saddle like a lot
they're
sooner
just
than
kinda-
that,
they're just what they are. They're in no hurry. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we're not in a hurry either. But with business, we like to get good stuff out and because this ain't everything we do. We have families at home. We give it all we can from 9 to 5, and then we
Yeah.
go home and we leave it. You know what I mean? To where we can pick it back up the best we can at 9 the next day.
yeah, for sure. So you guys high school rodeo together or just okay?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember I was thinking
Head
about that
and
on the way
heel
up
side?
here
Okay.
because me, Milton, and Lightning. I remember we had like a triangle deal during the Lone Star rodeos.
You enter twice, so we just kind of
Yeah.
split 3
Oh,
different.
okay.
Switch ends, which
Little rotation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember I heeled for Lightning, and then I headed for Milton, and then you headed for Lightning.
I think so.
Yeah, that's how that went. So
That's pretty
it was-
cool.
I was thinking about that the other day. How
We've
crazy
known
that
each other
was.
for a long time.
when did you graduate high school?
2013.
13. Yeah,
That cra-
11 years ago.
Isn't that
Yeah.
insane?
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
nuts.
That's
Dude,
crazy.
This year it's been 10 years since we graduated
Yeah,
high
it's
school. and
crazy.
It's like
Yeah,
10
people-
years already.
And you start thinking about like reunions. They'll start doing reunions.
Yeah, I know it.
You see
Yeah,
Facebook
in like
groups?
in like
Yeah.
5 more years, we'll have like a 15-year reunion.
Exactly.
I think they do like 15, 30, and 40 and 50 or something like that.
I don't know. They
It's
started.
probably just gonna be me and Rody in the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
What's
how,
up?
how many people graduated with y'all?
I believe there was we were the last of a, smaller class.
Yeah.
No, we had we were 3A, 180 something kids.
That's crazy, dude. My graduating class was like 1,000 kids.
Joni's was 40.
40?
Yeah,
She grew up in the
she's
sticks.
from
Dang.
Oklahoma.
I guess y'all beat. I was one.
Oh, you was
Homeschool.
homeschooled.
Oh.
No, it's just crazy. Like thinking about. Even with you working here at the saddle shop,
Yeah.
10 years. It's
Oh,
when you look
9
back.
9
it's
years on
gone.
that. I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah.
Crazy.
we have done the most extreme stuff here,
Yeah.
and it's crazy that it's been 9 years.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've been through pretty much the whole growing process of
Oh,
this
100%.
company.
100%.
When you say you was in that room out there, like that room out there is like a 30 by 30.
Yes,
and
sir.
then now you're in, this is about a 2,000, 3,000 foot square.
Yeah, I think altogether like 2,500, and
Yeah.
we're actually finna move. We're gonna move to Canton in probably let's say 4 to 6 weeks or something like that, and that's 10,000 square foot.
Heck yeah.
10,000. You got enough stuff to put out there?
I probably not at the beginning, but it'll grow.
It'll look
grow,
silly
yeah.
at first.
It'll pump.
Yeah.
It'll pump through. We're gonna eventually. I want to carry some trailers and some
Yeah.
stuff like that, and kind of have it to where a guy pulls in, and he wants a trailer, or we'll sell a couple rope horses, just us, not many, but a saddle. He can get his pad, he can get his headstall, he can get his bit, he can get his curb, he can get his reins, he can get everything right there, and all. Boom, you're in business.
Well, you didn't mention lunch.
No. What is it? Lunch? Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
gonna
get
offer
that.
lunch?
That around the corner.
I thought you said you didn't mention much. I was like, I feel like that's all
lunch.
I've been doing is
no,
talking.
Yeah.
All they need is a checkbook, and
Yeah.
we get
Yeah.
them to their open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well,
And
that'd
there's
be
an
cool.
arena, a couple arenas right there by there. Like, have her open every 6 months or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
You know, just
How far is that from here?
from right here, probably 30 minutes. It's
okay.
40 minutes from both of our places.
Okay.
Is what it's going to be.
I was gonna
but it's
say,
through the country. You ain't going to
Yeah.
like head towards Dallas on the highway,
Right.
so it's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah. I was wondering if you're gonna have to relocate or something. So
No, yeah, we would. I don't think so.
yeah.
I mean, maybe future may sell off and move closer or
Just
something
see how
like
it
that. but
goes,
See how
yeah.
it goes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
That's
excited.
That's exciting. Yeah.
Oh, we're pumped.
Yeah, the new branding looks good. You got the new hats in. We saw
yeah.
them yesterday.
Oh yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we just got the new lids in. Had them on the desk over there."
You got them posted up in front of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every color.
Minus the red, which
No,
usually my
blue.
favorite. No red. She don't have the red.
Red's your favorite color?
Well, I love
Blues.
red.
I was saying I would never guess that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Red shirt, white with red hat.
Well, I would have wore blue, but
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
told,
KB
told that I
couldn't wear
couldn't.
blue.
Okay, no blue.
Not our colors.
Oh.
Is red's the TWS colors like red and?
Honestly, no, whatever.
Oh,
I'm a brown guy.
I was just saying like
oh,
I-
of course he likes brown, but
Whoa, place was brown.
no, Trent he loved red. So like everything we did,
did
obviously you
with
see the
red.
pops
yeah,
and
I was
everything
gonna-
around here,
I was gonna
everything's
say
red.
even the logo, had some red in it and stuff, but
But no, we just always kind of kept it that way. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
So your slogans: ride the best, leave the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you come up with that?
Oh, of course, Trent. It was Trent that did it. Trent, we ain't seen that sucker in a month. He comes in, we're thinking about slogans. We've been thinking about it all morning. He's just over there in the corner. He goes, ride the best, leave the rest. I said, that's amazing.
Yeah, you've been working on it for a month, and he just walks in,
We
is like,
come around the corner, and then we're all just pumping it up. Oh, yeah, it's perfect. He come out, he's like, it just come to me.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
just
yeah,
came
it
right
just-
to me. I don't know how it got there. It just, bam.
bam, it's here.
It's so funny.
oh, it was funny.
That's awesome.
That Trent's funny, man.
So, talking a little bit about business, I'm. Everyone says you're the salesman. You could sell ice to an Eskimos. Cody says. Where'd that come from?
I don't know if that's I don't know if I'm a salesman or I just like to talk to people.
Yeah.
And if they buy it, they buy it. Like I'm trying to lead you into what I think's the best, and it can be what I have, or there'll be some stuff I have that I promise you I tell you don't buy it. I'll sell it to you 200 under what I'm asking, but don't buy it, like me and you. Or just tell them how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that comes about it good. But I don't know. Everybody always tells me it's been kind of always in the mix.
Oh, my dad, he always said, "Oh, that Milton, he'll try to sell you anything." Because like before the saddle, well, this is probably as you're doing saddles too. He was trading horses with Trent.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it as long as I live it. I come home from college and he's trying to sell a horse to a girl that I was actually college rodeoing with. And,
They bought him. They bought him. Don't let them fool you.
Hey,
They bought him.
Her dad gets on him, lopes 3. It's supposed to be a breakaway horse.
Uh-huh.
This horse ain't ever seen a calf. Ain't ever seen a calf. And she's
I
trying
didn't
to
see him ever ride either.
3,500. And I'm thinking, I'm watching, I'm like, just kind of rolling my eyes like this Milton.
Yeah.
Anyways, the guy don't even let his daughter run a calf. And he gets off and is like, "Well, I just think he ain't going to work for us."
Hey.
Well, of course, my dad.
Yeah, his dad come over there.
Hey, man, how
Come
much?
here real quick. Where? Yeah, leave him right here.
Anyways, he started out at 3,500. Of course, my dad's hung up at 15, and Milton's going back and forth. He went, "Come on, Milton."
His daddy hit a man at the knees. He ain't
Come
scared.
on. Well, he was
Take your breath right
He's
from
a car
you.
salesman, so
Oh, yeah.
so it's in him. But yeah, no, come on, Milty, you can take less, you can take less. And then after the chips fell, I don't even know how much he was bought for.
He bought him.
Anyways, my dad's like, "Well, Rody, yeah, he's a good investment for you." I'm thinking, psh, like I want him.
Like, I want him. I know what he
Yeah.
came from.
Anyways, and he ended up making a really, really nice horse. But like I said, it was Milton. He's always been trying to sell stuff.
So is that kind of like all the jobs you've had has just been in sales, basically?
Yes. Well, like, pretty much I worked for my dad, and he was in sales, but, I was 17, 18. He was pretty much, he worked at Tractor Parts, so they sell anywhere from washers and bolts to big chains and teeth.
Yeah.
And a guy will give you a list of everything he needs, and you just sit there for an hour like a freaking minnow and just
Type and find
type
it.
in 3 hours worth of quotes, and you might sell and you might not. I
I'm
want
out.
to, like, if I do this much work, I got some commission coming. You know what I mean?
He
gonna
better buy it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Honestly, I've been in sales almost my whole life. After I
you
got
used to sell me Lyle's ropes when we were in 5th grade.
Oh, really?
we're in middle school.
He said,
Hey,
I buy them, I spark them up $2 and sell them.
That's right. That's right. But I did. Let's see. When I got out of college, I went and I worked for Fastback Ropes, and that was the only job that I never sold anything.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was a personal trainer, sold, membership packages and things like that. And
Y'all could tell.
yeah, oh, yeah.
What's good, baby?
He's whoa.
Yeah. But no, anyways, and did that for a little while, but obviously working for a big corporation like that, it wasn't for me. I mean, I was the top salesman and was making just barely enough to get by.
Yeah.
And then did the rock deal, selling rock, and then of course here.
Yeah.
But I've always said it's pretty easy to sell something that's like a good product.
Oh, yeah,
It's
for
hard to
sure.
sell, so.
Yeah, they almost sell themselves at that
Yeah.
point. Nah, that's awesome.
And it's cool because I'm telling you, the amount of people you meet, like from all over, that you can meet someone from West Texas that never leaves the ranch,
Right.
or someone that just come out of South Dallas, just want anything.
100%.
It's pretty cool the people you meet.
Yeah.
I mean, it can go either way on you. Some of you're like, get out of my store, but for the most part, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got every genre of saddle. You got cutting saddles to ranch saddles, team roping
We
saddles,
need
calf
to
saddles.
master the cut and saddle a little more. Really, more than anything, we need to find someone that really has a lot of respect in that industry and figure out the best. Because I feel like we build a cut and saddle, but hey, I don't cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
so
team
we
rope,
don't
and
know
Rody
the
knows
ins
what a
and
good
outs of
calf saddle's supposed to be, and my wife, we know what a good cowboy saddle should be just by doing them a bunch and stuff like that. But the cut and saddle, I kind of want to master that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable. Like I know we have a lady in Canada, and big deal up there is like pleasure riding, and like she's like, hey, y'all ever made reining saddles? I'm like, no, but I know where I get a good reining tree, and I can make it, look pretty good. And sure enough, they order.
Oh, she's been
by the
that's all
handfuls.
she's been all she's been selling. These seems like is them reining saddles.
So you shipping nationwide and to
International.
Canada?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, we have a guy that buys from us from the Dominican Republic too.
Yeah, yeah. I got a picture off of Facebook the other day. A guy from France was riding one of our saddles.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty
guy
cool.
from Italy. So
Yeah.
I mean, now how they get and a guy from Australia, but how they get there, I don't necessarily know. But,
Yeah.
But anyway, it's cool when they send you a picture and it's like, oh, we're from France, and I didn't even know they were team roping.
It's
in
crazy
France.
how
Yeah.
big the world is.
Yeah.
Whenever you get to seeing saddles and you're like, what? It made it this far. They're loving it.
Yeah.
That's cool too.
Yeah.
I know one thing for sure is like going to ropings all over the country and stuff. I mean, probably 40% of the saddles are your guys' saddles.
That's what a lot of people say. And I look like a freaking vulture. Like I'll be
Oh, I
like,
do too.
where they at?
Yeah. And I mean, that's saying something for your guys' name and your saddles and the quality, because if that many people's riding them with as many brands as there is, I mean, heck, there's 100 different saddle shops.
There's a lot of different brands, and it seems like it's getting bigger. Seems like.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
more people doing it, but yeah, it's cool. It is rewarding whenever you see them. It's cool whenever you see them, especially when it's a good one. Sometimes like I'll see some of the older ones, and you wish you can change something on it, and I'll tell them like, hey, why don't you trade that thing to me? Just because I'm like, man, I don't love the way it just looks. But now it seems like anywhere from the last 5 years up has been just amazing.
That's awesome.
Been good.
So you mentioned that you now own 100% of the saddle shop now. You guys have kind of changed the logo to TWS versus just Trent Ward Saddlery.
Yes, sir.
Tell us kind of about that some more.
Well, the main deal is we're going to move to Canton and get that new place rolling. It needs some work as far as that's why it's going to take us, 4 to 6 weeks to get there, get it to where, I mean, it's going to be exactly like this, like our shop's kind of in the back, our retail store in the front, but in a bigger outcome. So we're getting ready for that because I know what it takes from learning to do it in here. And I know it takes a lot, so
we're starting out with basically a shell over there. I mean, there's
nothing.
there's 4 walls, but it's just a wide open warehouse, and kind of get it broke down where we have some offices, bathrooms, and, just all that kind of stuff.
And it's a fun place to come. Like I want some TVs going at all times with either the Cowboy Channel or X Factor open or something like that, just to where it going. Or heck, everything Rodeo too. Play podcasts
Yeah, that's
through
what
there.
I'm talking about.
Just little things,
Yeah.
to where everybody's just hanging out more than anything. And
Yeah.
you buy some, you buy some.
Make it a fun environment that people want to come to just for that.
That's
Then
what-
if they buy a saddle, it just put the icing on the cake.
That's what a lot of people like about this place, that it's not like we're just trying to cram something down your throat. Just come hang out and see where it leads.
Exactly.
kinda
It's
deal.
easier to sell something to your friend. You know what I mean? Because if someone comes in, they feel like a stranger. They're just going to kind of walk around and leave. But if you sit there and talk to them, hang out, hey, how you doing? Where you from? kind of stuff like that. and
Yeah,
everybody gets more
I feel like if they like get to know you, they
100%.
trust you 100% more.
Oh yeah, just like anything in this world.
Mm-hmm.
You got to break the ice.
Yeah. So what about like digital marketing with social media or website, and you guys?
Maybe's got that kind of locked in. She handles all of our social media, and our website's kind of been killing. We got all of our tack on there and stuff like that, and I want to carry stuff that you can't just buy anywhere. You know what I mean? We have we stitch our latigos, we do our head stalls. There's a couple Amish made head stalls and stuff like that we carry as well. Just stuff that you can't just go to NRS or one of them to buy. You know what I mean? You have to come to us, or
Something
more
different.
unique, something different.
Something different. Good quality, because
Good quality and something different.
cheap stuff. I mean, yeah, it's cheap, but at the end of the day, it's cheap. We want to have something different than everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to have the quality, but still have the availability of the big stores.
Exactly.
Yep. Quality, availability at a good price.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were kind of talking about going back to the digital marketing, like with the website, you want to have like a digital catalog where
Yeah.
people can almost,
And we've got a catalog now. We're just doing stuff different. Like, we want it to where they can plug it in and get exactly
what they want.
Because there's some people, they'll look at our catalog and they'll put it all together, and then they're like, I don't know about that. That didn't come out what I like, but we're kind of like, we'll just build you another one. We'll put that in the store. Someone will buy that saddle. And there's been a couple that we've done, and I'm like, you better call that lady. That's her saddle. But
Well,
we
and it
always-
also, like,
we
with
always say-
that, you gotta also like break it down like very simple for some people. Like, where me and Milton, I could walk in somewhere, tell you exactly what I want, everything.
Yeah.
There's some people couldn't tell you the difference between a saddle horn and a billet strap, or you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
they don't understand.
No,
and they
those
need to know
people-
the difference.
Yeah, and those people, they'll call and they'll just want to order a saddle, and we're like, well, what kind of horse do you ride? Because every horse is different. You can get a universal bar and universal everything, but you put it on a horse that's wide back and stuff like that. We need to know that too.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll steer you in the right direction, even if it's a saddle we have in stock. A used one, we'll put it down and measure it and see what the bar angles are, just to where when you get it, it works. But if it doesn't work, send it back, and we'll trade you out of it, or make you a new one if we need to.
right.
That and options, like as far as like tooling options and things like that. I mean, we have, I think in the current catalog, there might be, I don't know,
30.
13, 14 flowers. Well, there's a lot more than that. Like what we
Yeah.
have right now is a condensed version. Eventually, I want to have it where like you look at it, it's got
Everything.
everything, to where basically from the start of the book to the end of it, you can start at the front, pick your,
You can
seat
pick your
size,
hardware all the way down to the
everything, down to the
stitch
conch,
that's
exactly.
going around them.
all options will be on there, which is, right now, I mean, it's, like I say, a condensed version. Once it gets done, that's why it's going to be digital for a while, because we're going to be plucking stuff, changing stuff until it gets exactly how we want it. Leave it like that, and then we'll
Put it
some
into a hard
catalog and
copy.
stuff like that. But
Yeah. What about like? Do you have like, for instance, the All-Star Finals? You guys did the trophy saddles. Do you have a lot of like rodeos that you're making trophy saddles
Yes,
for?
the
and
trophy
stuff?
deal's kind of blown up on us, man. It seems like the trophies. We do IPRA, IFYR. We did all Florida just now. We do all of some World Series ropings around here. All-Star, he's good to go again.
Yeah.
We just got the UPRA finals.
yeah, we
That's
do lots
United
of
States,
Texas high school or like region finals and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Golly, I mean, I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of them, but yeah, there's a bunch.
it's
Yeah.
kinda, we've made a business just for the TWS
Yeah.
trophy line is what we got. We started that about 6 months ago. We've always done trophy series, but there's 3 boys that work and they just do it. It's still on good trees, real wool, but it's on thoroughbred hides. Just to where you can cheapen it up a tick, but they're
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
not at all.
I think that's why our trophy saddles are so popular, because at the end of the day, they are
quality's there.
they're good. Like somebody goes
Right.
and rides
Someone's
them.
gonna ride it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's worth something.
It's not just going to get thrown in the living room or
Exactly.
thrown in the barn never road.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blake said he's going to give away, I think, 6 of those fully tooled this year.
Oh, really?
Heck
And
yeah.
like regular events, the 20
Mhm.
events or whatever.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
said. Yeah, he's excited about the finals.
Yeah, the finals is going to be good. All-Star finals is
They're
always
the best. They're the best.
always really good
both
roping.
him and Timmy, they do
Yeah.
a good job.
Oh,
really
They
good
do a
job.
good job, man.
Yeah,
And
and
they're-
that's a lot of how many saddles was that you guys made for that?
20. It was 20
That is
something.
insane.
Yeah.
You start little by little, and you do horns.
Yeah. I ride a trophy saddle, but I've also bought it on Facebook Marketplace, but
You
I don't
can't
really
beat it.
know much about
I stay on
anything.
Facebook Marketplace. Everybody always like, man, you don't post nothing on Facebook. I'm on Facebook every day.
Yeah.
Got to. Every now and then you'll find some good finds on there.
And Marketplace
Don't get me
will get
wrong,
you in
there's a lot
trouble.
of junk and high price stuff, but But
Yeah.
no, there's some good stuff on there.
That's good. So when it comes to fitting your horse and stuff, is that something you have the client tell you? Is that come down to the wood or?
It comes down to where the bar angle is more than anything. Gullets, gullet height and gullet width, they play a lot, but it's a lot of the bar angle.
Right.
And I don't know, seems like me and Rody, we've gotten better to where we've seen fitted so many horses. Like if someone from Ohio can just send us a picture of each side of him and from his butt to his wither, I can give you a roundabout. Now, if I think it's hard, I'll just send you this tree.
Okay.
Let's throw this tree on him and send me pictures so we can see what it looks like
I got you.
before we just build. But
Nice.
yeah, it's a lot. I always thought like, oh, wider gullet, wider horse, and it is, but it's a lot. The bar
angles.
Oh yeah, like within like say the platinum trees, we use 4 different companies. In each company, they kind of like complement a particular type of horse a little better than another. So,
Right.
If you're looking at a horse that's like really, really wide or got big shoulders, immediately you think of, a hog tree or something. But anyways, that's what those trees complement the best. Now, don't get me wrong, you can manipulate specs. I can get a hog tree to fit a sway back.
Right.
You can get it that way. But just on their base, their normal bar spread, that's kind of what it complements the best. So
I got you.
That's why you use 4 different companies in your
Exactly.
platinums.
exactly. Well, that and like because they're very, very good, the best trees you can get, but you can't necessarily get a whole bunch of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like.
I think
If we only built on hog trees, we would be 2 years out or or something
Yeah.
like that. So you got to kind of spread it a little bit, but still keep it lifetime
The best
warranty on it.
quality.
Exactly.
that we actually made our BC Rancher tree off of a bar spread kind of to where it flares and stuff like that because the standard trees you could never find one to fit the mutton back or the wide backed horse or like them colts and stuff like that when they're still forming, and that's why we came up with that just because it'll sit down on them and it won't roll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's still got your swell and everything instead of the bars that just cave in instead of
Yeah.
they just don't sit flush.
Right.
Yeah, you got to have at the end of the day, you got to have something that's kind of like a happy medium, like all over the board because, me and Milton, I have 8 head of horses. He has 6 or 7. You know what I mean? And, I can't
We ride
have
'em.
one saddle for this horse, which some people
Right,
do, but
right.
And if
it needs to kind of fit a lot of horses.
And if we think it's a little leery and we try something different, we'll take it home and ride it.
Oh,
And
for the
make
guinea
sure.
pigs.
There's a couple we've made, and I'm like,
Yeah.
ain't gonna work.
It don't work.
That's
Ain't no
good.
worky.
Yeah. How do you deal with inventory? Are you constantly like, hey, let's just make more to have on the floor to sell, or you have more
Here
that are more
lately, it
popular?
seems like we're just making customs, and every inventory we get is awesome. Like
Yeah.
just to have inventory, because for the shows, like at the U.S. finals, I think this is the least amount that we'll have for that.
100%.
I mean, we have 20-something saddles, which is a lot of saddles, don't get me wrong, but last year we planned it good and had it, I don't know, we just weren't as busy or something like that, but we had it to where we had almost 35,
Yeah,
40
35,
that
almost
week.
40 saddles. But and it also like kind of comes down to the time of the year. Like
Yeah.
right now, obviously we're getting ready for the U.S. finals. We just got back from the Patriots, so we're building a lot of ropers right now. Like come May, you'll see lots of ranch saddles. We're getting ready for the Western Heritage, which I guess there is the Preford Open. So we'll have some
Thought about
ropers and
that.
stuff there too. But
It always slows down in August. It seems like
okay.
when it gets
Yeah.
freaking hot outside, ain't nobody going to ride no horse. They're going to be in the pool or the lake or the beach or something like that.
Right.
And then we'll catch up on our inventory for the months of October, November, December, because the customs always kind of keep coming too. So.
Right.
So you got any plans to go to the NFR this year?
I don't know. It costs a lot of money to do that.
Yes, it does.
And it cost that I went in 2016 and I didn't know what to expect. Me and Trent, we got a loan out. I'm talking about we need to take 100. We need 100. We worked for like 6 months just stacking them in a container. Just
Yeah.
oh, don't put that on the floor. It'll sell. We need to take it. Dude, I sold 22 saddles there all
Really?
week.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I got 70 something more. Well, what do I do now?
Yeah.
It wasn't near as busy as it is now. We just weren't out there. But I still have customers from that I met there that still buy saddles from me to this day.
Oh,
So it's good. I think we need to go. And I don't know. It's in the air. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. It's just that town, dude.
well, it's a different animal.
town.
I mean it's 10 days long, but you got to be you have a setup day and a takedown day. So you're there
You're
for
there 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and it gets expensive.
I was there 17
$3 of
days
water.
last year.
yeah, we were there forever.
In that town, it takes it out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want to do good the first 3 or 4 days, and then you're like, dude, I want to go home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
think
about-
I think we made it to the 5th day, and after the 5th day, we was like, yeah, let's frick this place. Let's go home.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
like everywhere you go, just casinos, cigarettes,
Mhm.
and just
Yeah.
Dude, the
everywhere.
smoke and everything in the air
just, like,
everywhere.
congested.
It's cool the
all the
first day, like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
gamble. But
Yeah.
at that 5th day, like, God dang, I don't want to gamble no more.
Yeah.
We just get tired, and then but
Mm-hmm.
they, I mean, they have rules out there. Like you got to be there every day in the booth
Oh, yeah,
all day,
8 to 5.
and not leave early. Well, usually when we go, we're going to rope, have
Mm-hmm.
fun. That
It's
kind
kind
of
of a
It's not
vaca- a
you know what I mean?
vacation
Kinda
for
takes
us.
that away.
Mm-hmm.
It's a vacation for us. If I can get into the South Point, we might go just because when Rody's roping, I'll work the booth. He didn't go last year because he had his little girl in January.
Yeah.
So that was like off the
Mm-hmm.
deal. But we might. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
See where the wind blows.
Yeah.
Joni's looking at me like, what?
Well, it's something you got to plan for too.
She said,
Yeah. Shady lady.
she said, I will cut
Yeah.
your neck.
we would need. I think we just need like more people to take with us.
More
like,
manpower.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as
That was our problem. Is it was just like us pretty much.
Yeah.
Whenever we went in 2016, it was me, Trent, and 2 other boys there. And there was one time me and Trent were in the same rotation. We had to leave them 2 boys, and they don't know nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just,
That's how it
didn't
was.
line up.
We weren't even in the convention center. We were at the plaza, and it was like, if we wanted to go to the convention center, like, because we got on another podcast, and just like even to go down there to meet people, we had to have, like we had some people that went with us, but
Yeah.
we had
You,
we
you,
had the lady
you need to
next
have
us.
like legit need to have like 4 people there and have it in a rotation where nobody's having to work like back-to-back days.
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's rough.
It is.
It's freaking rough. If you go to work, it's rough,
Yeah.
but it is fun if you go. But if you do go for fun, just like 3
And
days is like plenty.
There's a lot of people that do business, but I know if I'm flying to Las Vegas to drink and hang out and watch a rodeo, saddle's not a whole lot on my mind to take on
Yeah.
the plane with me. You almost sell them and you stack them and you ship them when you get home.
Right.
And that happened a lot when we went, but
Yeah, that's true.
we'll dang sure try it on. I don't know if it's this year because we have so much going on with
Yeah,
the new
with
Yeah, you
place
got
the
the
new
new
place and
shop.
everything.
everything, but I can see it whenever we're up and rolling and everything's popping over there. I can dang sure see us go.
Yeah.
What's the next show you go to?
We go to the U.S. Finals all this week coming
Yeah,
up.
it's coming up this weekend.
Yep, U.S. Finals coming up, and then we have what else? We have the month of May is usually just crazy.
Madhouse,
we got U.S.
yeah.
Finals. We got the Western Heritage. Y'all ever been there? Abilene? Y'all need to go.
Oh,
It's a
it's
awesome
a show.
Yeah,
They have
man.
ranch rodeo, horse sale, and just trade fest, like stuff that you never see. Like you'll have Clapper set up. You'll have Craig Lewis still goes over there and sets up. You know, all
Daggum.
the yeah.
Oh, but I mean, there's a lot more to that. I mean, like they have the horse races.
Oh, yeah.
Like match
Oh.
racing. It's like,
Uh-huh.
hey, rain, sleet, or shine, they have it.
That's
I
crazy.
don't
Daggum.
care if it's pouring down, they will have it right there.
That's
and
awesome.
they're hauling butts.
Oh, and they like it's like a long track, and they'll pull up like 40-foot flatbed trailers. People be hanging off of them. I mean, it's
People everywhere.
literally
You'll
as
never
rowdy
see
as
so many
you.
people. Like there's people everywhere.
Unbelievable.
Dang.
And there's trading going on. Like I mean, I took 2 cheap old saddle racks in on trade just to close a deal one time with a guy. Like they'll trade anything.
Oh man,
It's unbelievable. You have to go just to
Just to
Just
to see
experience
what we're
it.
talking about. Yeah.
and it's that stuff like you don't really see it just anywhere. Like you don't see this stuff at Teskey's. You don't see this stuff at NRS. Like this is all like handmade goods.
You'll
you
see it
know.
at Teskey's. Teskey's got a pretty good.
They got a pretty
handmade-
good little.
Yeah, but nowhere else.
Yeah.
Nowhere else.
Dang. Dang. Well, it sounds exciting. Sounds like you got a lot of stuff on the table.
Oh man,
Oh, yeah.
we
in
stayed
the
pretty
plans,
hooked up.
and
Yeah.
imagine in 2 years or next year, whenever we get back on podcast with you, and
Oh yeah, y'all need to
Like,
come to the new
yeah.
place. Y'all be
Mhm.
like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
excited
yeah.
to see the new place and see what you guys do with it. And, it's only up for here.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, you guys have been in the business for a long time, but, I mean, it's really blown up. And, I mean, I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
We're very excited. We're blessed is what we are. We have a good team here, and like we got families, and we treat each other like family, and it's a blessing to be around. It really is. Like I get excited waking up every morning and coming to work.
Yeah.
that's good.
And I know if I don't come to work, it's still stuff's getting handled.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's nice. It's awesome.
That's sweet. Awesome. Well, the way that we end our podcast is we ask our guests what the first song is that comes to their mind, and then we sing together.
I've got one.
You got one?
Yeah, Rody said he wrote this on his
And
whiteboard.
honestly, I've never heard Rody sing,
Well,
so
it's gonna
let's,
be the,
let's
it's gonna be
get
the
him
choir.
start first,
Yeah, all right,
and
you'll
then we'll
start
come
and
in
then
after.
we'll join.
Yes.
So he's just doing a solo.
Let him
No,
do
no,
like
no.
a 10-second solo,
Okay,
and then
yep.
we'll go in.
He wrote it on his whiteboard. He's got to be prepared.
Oh, I wrote it on my whiteboard just so I didn't forget, but someone here's got a birthday.
Oh.
Oh my! When's your birthday?
The 26th.
Well, we're cutting cake today. It's today. It's today. So we're
So we're singing the
Singing
birthday
happy
song?
birthday.
happy birthday to
Happy
Milton.
birthday.
No, thank you.
Y'all ready?
Do
I
it.
want everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, should I put like the happy birthday song on? We just freaking singing it.
You got Barney?
Well, you can play the song. That would
Barney?
be
Let's
okay.
see the happy birthday Barney song.
Rodeo, I want you to sing it a
gonna-
cappella.
I was gonna go a cappella, but as a choir.
As a choir.
I'm not a solo artist.
Happy birthday.
I was actually gonna look it
There
up
we go, dude.
in Spanish for you.
Oh, it's Barney.
Oh, yeah.
That ain't gonna work, dude.
Hmm.
We should let's just freaking
A
sing it.
cappella.
All right, go ahead and start it for us, Roddy.
Yeah, Roddy,
Okay.
get us out.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Bum, bum, bum.
Happy birthday, dear Milton. Happy birthday to you.
Hey,
Man,
thank you.
we don't got a freaking cake or nothing for you to blow
Wait,
out.
are you like 30?
29.
29.
29.
Yep.
Nice, dude. Well, hope
Still in
the
his
next
20s.
year.
Still in my
Hope that-
20s.
yeah, dude.
More
You
years.
better-
One more year,
One
big
more year,
3-0.
baby. We'll go
Then
crazy.
you going on the downhill.
No.
No.
Tell me that.
No, we ain't reached the peak yet.
Yeah.
We ain't reached
Well, we appreciate y'all checking in, sticking around.
You bet. Thank you guys a bunch. For
Yeah.
And listening to another episode of the Everything Rodeo podcast. Want to thank the boys at TWS for coming on the show. Be on the lookout for their new building and go see them in Canton, Texas.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys.
Thank y'all.
You bet.
What you want to know? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.